Am I wrong for not honoring my wife's dying wish? 6 years ago, I lost my wife. It was sudden, cruel, and it shattered everything I knew about life. The night before she passed, she seemed like she was improving. She smiled faintly, held my hand, and with my 2 daughters sitting at the edge of the hospital bed, she whispered, "If I die, you're not allowed to date anyone else." I laughed nervously and said, "Of course you'll outlive me anyway." I thought she was joking, but my daughters, 15 and 11 at the time, took her words literally. That same night, her health collapsed, and by noon the next day, she was gone. For years, I lived by that unspoken promise. I raised my girls. I put everything into being the steady parent they needed. I told myself companionship didn't matter as long as they were okay. But time passes. My youngest left for college, and the house became unbearably quiet. Through a support group, I met someone, another widowed parent. We connected over shared grief. I wasn't looking for romance, but it just happened. We've only been on a few dates, nothing serious. But for the first time in years, I felt like a man again, not just a father. Then it all unraveled. A few weeks ago, we went out to dinner. Our server turned out to be one of my daughter's old high school friends. I didn't think much of it, but by the time I got home, my phone was blowing up. "Dad, what is wrong with you?" My daughter's voice cracked, full of anger and betrayal. I tried to calm her. "Honey, please, let's talk about this tomorrow." She cut me off. "You're cheating on Mom's memory. She made you promise. How could you dishonor her like this?" She hung up on me. That night, I sat alone in my living room, staring at my wedding photo. I asked myself if she would truly want me miserable and alone forever, or if her words had just been a scared joke, never meant to become a lifelong vow. The next morning, my wife's sister texted me. She said, her request was unfair. "None of us will judge you for moving on. In fact, I think she'd want you to." She even offered to speak to my daughter, but my guilt was crushing me. I didn't want my girls to think I was spitting on their mother's grave. When I finally drove to my daughter's campus for breakfast, she was still tense. We sat across from each other, and after a long silence, she said, "Mom was everything. You promised her." I told her gently, "I loved your mother with every fiber of my being. Nothing will ever change that. But I can't spend the rest of my life alone. Whoever comes into my life will never replace her, and they'll have to love you and your sister as much as I do." She cried. I cried. And for the first time in years, we laughed, too, sharing memories of her mother, of how stubborn and funny she was. My daughter admitted she overreacted and that she doesn't want me to be lonely. She even apologized for screaming at me. But I could see in her eyes she's still hurt. She might always be. And I'm left wondering, am I wrong for choosing companionship, even if it means breaking a promise my wife whispered in her final hours? Follow and comment your thoughts.